Hello all, this is John from EastCoastArmory.com, and I'm here today with a model showcase video for this 1/6 scale Dragon Schwimmwagen kit. Like many of the Dragon 1/6 scale kit offerings, the vehicles were first offered as a pre-built version. This model here that you see was built as the kit and was not a pre-built version. This Schwimmwagen was one of DML's first 1/6 scale unassembled kits following their Kitten Crab, which was their first. This model here was built about 2 years ago, and I'm making a quick little showcase video on this model now. First off, as of note, the figure that you see in the picture is a DML stock action figure and does not come with the kit and is only here just to show size comparison for the vehicle. The DML Schwimmwagen itself is a very nice piece and is far more detailed than the 21st Century Toys offering from a few years ago. Quick walkthrough. And a quick pan of the top. The model itself is pretty much 100% made out of plastic. That's injection molded. And one thing as of note, the tires that you see here are the kit originals and do have a plastic hub with a rubber tire. This is true for the 4 tires as well as the spare that we have mounted on the hood or on the front portion here of the vehicle. The vehicle also comes with some photo etch in the back here where we have the engine grill. This piece here is a piece of photo etch that is nicely done and simply gets glued into the rear portion of the firewall. The kit also comes with a small chain here on the pick, which would then lower the propeller. And it also comes here with this canvas strap and a metal buckle. Photo etch is also included. I'm sorry, not photo etch, but actually mesh is included for the 2 vents on either side of the hood. Tires do steer left and right, and on the Schwimmwagen, and I believe their Couple Wagon, are hooked up to the steering column like that of a small die-cast car. The model's windshield is also functional in that it can lock down in these 2 plastic tabs. And to open it up, you then flick it open. Now, the windshield that you see on here is clear plastic and is supplied with the kit. Also included with the kit is the canvas roof cover that is in the retracted state. The roof cover itself is made out of cloth and is nicely done. But however, it is not made to be functional. It is only meant to be displayed in the closed state, as it is here. The model also includes a shovel and a large oar. Unlike the Panzer II kit that they just released, the shovel and the oar do not have the tool post molded in. Rather, the tool post is actually a functional tool post. You could flick this latch here and you will be able to open the tool post, releasing the shovel. Because of that, it was very easy to go ahead and replace the plastic handle on the shovel. The handle that you see here is all turned out of wood and was then mounted to the kit-supplied shovel head. The plastic shovel handle was removed for the wooden one. A similar type of modification was done to the oar. Rather than trying to paint the oar, I went ahead and replaced the entire oar with one made out of wood. The oar that you see here, as well as the shovel handle, are both offered on the EastCoastArmory.com product line. It features a very nicely done propeller and propeller shroud system. As we know, the Schwimmwagen was capable of swimming, and to do this, you would use this large wrench here to manually drop down the propeller to the drive shaft, which would plug into this system here, and then the engine would then power the propeller, and you'll be able to drive in the water. The DML version is very nicely detailed and is functional in that if you undo this strap here, this propeller unit will drop down. Also, as of note, the DML did a nice job on the gearbox for the propeller itself. Of all the mods that I made was the model's wooden floor pan here. the Schwimmwagen and the Couplewagen had a wooden liner that would line the bottom of the floor pan, and it would be in this type of a pattern that we see here. Now, the kit does have the strips molded in, but they're in plastic. So rather than trying to replicate the plastic look like wood, I just went ahead and fabricated the floor pans, or the wooden floor covers, around the kit floor pan and just mounted it once finished. The wood itself is all made out of real wood, and as we have here, to get access into the front portion here of the Schwimmwagen, this plate here was hinged on both sides and would pivot upward. These hinges are real hinges, however, there's no detail behind it to show for it. The modification that was made to the Schwimmwagen was the addition of the power cables for the headlights and the taillights. As for this modification, it was nothing more than drilling 2 small holes into the vehicle and the headlight and inserting a black electrical wire. This was done for both headlights in the front and the taillight in the back. In addition, another quick modification that was made was the addition of the wing nuts that are just simply installed to the tank's windshield mounts here. There's 1 wing nut on each side of the windshield. These wing nuts themselves are offered on the EastCoastArmory.com product line. As for the DML interior, the interior itself is very basic, but is enough for you to get off the ground. I did make some small mods to the dashboard by adding the 1 switch that was omitted. Other than that, though, it's pretty much out of the box. There is, as of note, there are a lot of detail on the interior portion here of the front portion here of the Schwimmwagen. However, for this build, I wasn't looking for something that was that detailed, so I just went ahead and just gave it a quick gloss over. As of note, the model does not come with the MG34 that we see here. The model, or the kit, does supply you with the pintle mount and mounting base, but the gun is not included. Fortunately, MG34s 1/6 scale are pretty common pieces and are offered by several manufacturers, most namely probably DID and Dragon. These guns are very easy to find, and Dragon even makes the gun in kit form. For this gun here, I use another version. I use here the version from the Ultimate Soldier or 21st Century Toys. This is the 2nd edition German MG34. This MG34 is all plastic and is very nicely detailed. The only modifications that were made to the gun was the removal of the seam that was running along the barrel. After the seam was deleted, the model was repainted and reweathered. The ammo can that we have here is also the 21st Century one. These guns were very abundant about 6 years ago and were found in Walmart. They're probably still able to be found on eBay for decent prices. To mount the gun to the Dragon base, it was very simple to do. It just mounts directly onto the Dragon MG34 mount that we have with the kit. The gun itself does pivot around. Now, as of note, this is the MG34 with the front portion of the bipod. This is because, as we notice, this set comes in 2s, and I already used the first version on another vehicle. So rather than having to open up another one, I just went ahead and used the second gun on this Schwimmwagen here. As for the vehicle's paint pattern, it is painted with an ambush pattern for late war. However, we notice that the interior is still left in its Panzer Gray. This was done to replicate if the model was in a first all Panzer Gray Schwimmwagen that survived later on into the war to receive its yellow and camouflage. The gray interior does make the model pop a little bit more than if it was all standard Dunkelgelb. One thing as of note is that the model instructions are very vague. That's not uncommon for these DML kits, however the early edition kits like this one here, that was more so. Fortunately, the model itself is a very simple piece, and the pieces kind of fall together by themselves intuitively. And that concludes this model showcase video for this 1/6 scale Dragon German Schwimmwagen. For more builds and more detailed components, go to EastCoastArmory.com. Thank you.